Hello, my name is Onami, and this is how to treat bipolar without medication. You wouldn't take a scuba lesson from someone who had never been scuba diving, so I'm somebody that frequently received the diagnosis of bipolar, especially when I started pursuing my creative gifts. Now, I was about to check myself into an institution and go a path that I had seen several other people close to me go down, which is the path of medication. But I knew that only 5% of people who start medication ever come off of it. And at the same time, I was doing a lot of spiritual work, really seeking for answers, asking to see the unseen, asking to know the unknown. And I started waking up. So I had this suspicion, everybody that said, oh, I think you're bipolar, they didn't know anything about spirituality. As a matter of fact, they looked to me for advice about spirituality. And the people that were in the spiritual community didn't think that there was anything wrong with me at all. But I had my first all-time manic high in 2016 where the creativity was just rushing out of me. Now, up until that point, I had been a very reliable bartender. People could rely on me to be the exact same all the time. But what they didn't know was that underneath that tough exterior, I was really depressed. Every single day of my life was just a minor variation on the day before it. And people loved that about me because they could rely on me to be the same predictable, depressed person every day that would sit down and drink with them. So when I started behaving unpredictably and I started following my creativity after ignoring it for so long, it started rushing out of me. I wanted to stay up all night writing. I wanted to clean. I threw my friend a gallery exhibition at an Airbnb when you could still do stuff like that. I wanted to do performance art. I wanted to paint. I wanted to go raving. I wanted to DJ. And all of these things were natural to me. All of these, I felt like every single thing I was doing was going really well, that I could see for miles in each and every direction of what it was that I wanted to create and how I could do it, and anything was possible. And I was like, this is great. I was also doing a lot of Kundalini yoga. And as a result, I was seeing the unseen and knowing the unknown. I swear I could tell exactly what everybody around me was thinking. In addition to that, anybody that I wanted to communicate with, living or dead, was made available for me to talk to. They were telling me things that I couldn't have known before. I wasn't at a risk of hurting myself at all. I was having a seriously great time until my assistant said, I think you might be bipolar. And everything came crashing down. So if this sounds like something that you've experienced, listen closely. I was this close to checking myself into an institution. And I Googled these words: am I bipolar or waking up? And there was a book of that same title that came up. Now, I didn't even read the book. I didn't even buy the book. But understanding that what looks like bipolar to a lot of people looks exactly the same as waking up, that was enough for me. I said, you know what? I'm taking this diagnosis of waking up. Now, in order to do that, and I did this the hard way, it was very, very difficult for me, but in order to choose your correct diagnosis and leave the nonsense behind, you are going to have to remove the people that are obsessed with you having a clinical diagnosis. You are going to have to remove these people from your life. Sorry. These are the people that are saying, we care about you the most. Please don't go off your meds. Think about how much you're hurting me. They have unchecked codependency. They care more about their experience of you than your experience here on earth. You decide if you want to take medications or not. You decide how and when you want to stop taking medications. You decide what goes into your body. You decide what you do for your life. And anybody, and I mean anybody, that is telling you to listen to them and their feelings about what you should do over what you feel like you should do, these people serve no purpose in your life whatsoever. They will never stop until you are sedated, babusel, drooling on yourself like a houseplant in their life. Get them out. They do not care about you. You are their pet. You are their project. And you will be this way until you cut them out of your life. Now listen, it doesn't have to be forever. But until you become very comfortable with who you are, these people will take you down. They will take you the fuck down. So you need to get them out of your life as soon as you possibly can. If any of these people, if you like posting on social media and there are specific people that follow you, that you are really concerned with what they're going to think about what you're doing when you post things, you need to block them off of your social media. You need to get yourself around people that are also esoteric thinkers, that are also woo-woo, that are also into this concept of waking up, and cut the other people out. Because you will either get through this or you will go the medication way. And there is a 5% chance that you will get out if you go the medication way. Meaning there is a 95% chance that you will learn how to deal with this if you do not go on medications. Now listen, what you have is a gift. You have been seeking. You have been asking to know the unknown, to see the unseen. When you are all of the sudden flooded with the visions and the creativity that you have fucking worked to uncover, when it comes time to implement these into action and you realize, fuck, I got all of the ideas, but in order to make even one of these ideas successful, no one is coming to save me. It's going to be a lot of really, really hard work. This can send you spiraling down into a depression. All right? Make you feel like it's never going to happen. Now listen. The reason why it's hard work is so that when you get the result, you don't feel like anyone could take it away from you, because it is you. It's cemented. It's something that you built for yourself. It's not something you got bopped on the head with a magic wand about. This is you. This is you. This is yours, and no one can take it away. But to build it to execute one of these ideas fully is going to be hard ass work. It is going to make you question if you're good enough. It is going to make you question if you can even do anything. It is going to trigger all the people close to you. It is going to trigger all your old wounds so that they can come up, so that they can be healed. It's going to be hard as fuck. But just because it's going to be hard doesn't mean you can't do it. Doesn't mean you can't do it. Now look, a lot of things induce that wonderful manic state. Just about any drug. Weed will do it too. Now, the same thing that induces the euphoria is not the same thing that's going to induce the follow through. So if you like plant medicines, you're going to have to learn how to keep them for different times. When you can't get out of the follow through point, when you're like, oh, it's so much work, I can't see a way through. You can bring in the elevator and experience that high, but you do not want to be using plant medicines for too long, because they stop working at a certain point. At a certain point, they stop doing, and your tolerance to them goes up really high. So they don't work like they used to, and you become dependent on it, just like you would be dependent on anything else. The point is to feel the lows, because every low is showing you an unhealed block that wants to be removed, an unhealed trauma that needs to be moved to the side so that you can receive more, so that you can do more, so that you can hold more, so that you can actually execute on the visions you have. When you have too many visions, too much input, too much on the inbox and nothing on the outbox, it starts to create anxiety for you. Seriously, when imagination exceeds your being, when your knowledge of what you can do exceeds your being, it turns into anxiety. And you can keep anxiety from coming up so much for you if you make sure that you keep your inbox and your outbox level. Now, it's not going to be level at the same time. You're going to have a manic high and get that inbox nice and full. And then you put down everything. It's okay to feel low after that. It's okay to stay in bed for a few days, but you get those ideas, and whichever one feels the best to you that day, you start chipping away at it. Now, look, If you are a bipolar person, you might be the type of person that works on many projects at one time based on what it is that you're most excited about. Whichever one starts to gain the most momentum, you start working on more and more. But you might be the type of person who works in secret for 3 years and then unveils an entire catalog of things. Your creative process, this is what you're learning to master. This is what bipolar is learning to master. Your sacred creative process. Your sacred creative process will have highs that you need to learn how to ride and lows that you will need to learn how to ride. You will not be able to do this if you're fucked up during your lows. And if you're too fucked up during your highs to write down on paper these ideas that you're receiving, these concepts, these divine downloads that you're receiving. You can handle this. You can do this. But every single idea is a paycheck if you can learn how to go into the lows, hermit up, cut the people who are obsessed with seeing you broken, obsessed with seeing you sick. Cut these motherfuckers out of your life now. Get into you can be my friend. Get on my newsletter list at onamihouse.com. Take Wheels Reinvented and I will clear every childhood trauma that matters so that that creativity can flow freely for you all the time. Fuck your therapist. Fuck the medication. And fuck anybody who is determined to see you medicated so that they can be around you easier. Maybe they're not supposed to be around you. You can do this. This bipolar is a gift. They're jealous. They know your ideas are great, but they love seeing you hit that low because they say, yeah, but you'll never do anything with it. So, maybe you should get a real job. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. Seriously. But when you feel like lying in bed, you lay in bed, honey. You lay in bed, but understand that of all the things that feel good to do right now, you choose laying in bed. And when you are done laying in bed, you will go to your list of ideas, you will pick what feels best, and you will start working that shit. Now listen, how do I know what I'm talking about? From 2016 to 2017, I struggled to harness this because nobody was telling me what I'm telling you right now. I thought there was something broken about me. I went into a very, very long depression. But when I came up in 2017 after opening my heart, which I'll teach you how to do in another video, I came out swinging. From 2017 to 2021, I made $1 million off those bipolar ideas. And everybody who told me I couldn't do it, everybody that told me I should be on medication is in the exact same fucking place that I left them in 2016. Same job, same paycheck, same shitty boyfriend, same exact conditions. You are not bipolar. You are waking up. You can do this. My name is Onami. I'm everybody's mommy. I can be your mommy too. Come to onamihouse.com, get on my newsletter, and I will see you in another video for how to open your heart. You're gonna need to, bipolar is the block of up here. The high is the block of your third eye. The low is the block of your heart. My workshop, Wheels Reinvented, removes every block that matters, and we're enrolling that at the end of July. I give out a lot of really cool freebies on the way to releasing a video, so on the way to releasing a workshop. So stay close, do not lose me on the social media, and I'll see you for the next video. Bye.